Welcome back to 2K TV. Bill Simmons, the sports guy. Now, the sports guy is your nickname, but if you were a player, what would you have as your nickname?
Washed up.
Washed up,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah. I quit pickup like 5 years ago.
I'm gonna end it right now.
He's going to end it.
I'm going to end it.
I feel it. I feel it.
Welcome, everyone. And nothing to... Yeah, they dotted every I and crossed every T. David, thank you. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Tatum.
And one thing that has been very consistent for him the last few years, his ability to continue to deliver more and more offense. He's been doing everything that's been asked of him.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Brown and Hayward, they're the wings. Tatum out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Walker in at the point guard position. And for Atlanta, Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the back. And it's Capella in at center.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
And here's Hayward, following the three-pointer by Trae Young. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Daniel Tice. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Young against Walker. And Young, here we go. And the layup's good off the glass. Young's got 5 now. And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
Here's Young after the basket by Boston. It's hauled in by Brown. Herter passes to Young. The second chance effort. It's Collins with the drive. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
And that's the advantage of having a lead guard who can both pass and shoot. Young draws attention, then takes advantage of a poor rotation defensively.
Now here's Hayward. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And not only that, I mean, if you think about it, he dominated the Bulls. His energy was incredible. He never stopped working.
They call him Red Velvet. Kevin Huerter out of the University of Maryland proved he can stripe it from day one.
And Greg Herter, the 19th pick back in 2018, sweet touch and at 6'7". Good size at the shooting guard position.
And the Hawks general manager, Travis Schlenk, coming from the Warriors with Trae Young and Kevin Huerter. The Hawks hoping they have a kind of Splash Brothers East.
For Boston, they come into this one following a loss to the Bucks. And that one, good. He has 7.
And the story here, Kevin, early on, is how well they shot the basketball. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now, here's Tatum. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And that didn't come at the cost of his defense. In fact, I think it fed his defense. He had 4 steals in that game. The setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
Here's Collins. Last game he had 28 points. And Herter gets it to go.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
It's tipped. Brown the pass to Cannon to the wing right side. Brown outside. Over to the wing. From deep. Walker. Atlanta with the rebound. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game play. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Reddish, he's checked in for Kevin Huerter. And a change for the Celtics. Smart's checked in. From about 16, up again. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's Tatum, and the rejection by Collins. Walker against Young. They get it back.
Some very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
Here's Capella with the putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Pass to Cantor. Down low. Outside, Smart. Clock at 6. Brown outside. But they get it back. Back to Smart. Outside, Tatum. And there's the call on John Collins. That's his first foul. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Capella. Carter comes in for John Collins. Bembry's checked in for Hutter. And it's Teague in for Young. The Celtics also changing it up. Williams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Williams comes in for Jaylen Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. Celtics trail by 11. Smart with the ball. And it's Reddish picking him up. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
I like Smart using his size advantage on the interior. Nice work out there.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And this season, he's maintained very good form at the line, shooting at about an 83% clip.
And the Hawks with possession. They're on a 15-4 run right now. Here's Bembry, currently averaging almost 6 points a game.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
The anticipation, the length. Tatum maximizes the opportunity on both ends.
And that does it for the first quarter. The Hawks on top, up by 9. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And for the Hawks guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Celtics, they've got Marcus Smart. Williams is out there with Jason Tatum. Then it's Williams. And it's Wanamaker in at the point. The Hawks leading by 7.
And some teams have fancy dinners, guest speakers, and field trips. I mean, the Celtics culture is more straightforward. It's all about the work.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A. Inside, it's deflected. Hawks passing it around. Shot clock at 5. Fernando can't get it to go. And that work ethic, the core of the Celtics values, are written on a big placard on their locker room wall.
Yeah, it emphasizes selfishness, execution, toughness, and hustle. Those are the values of their team.
To the paint. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. Tatum kicks to Smart. Tatum deciding where to go with it. Wanamaker the pass to Tatum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh! Where did that come from? That was beautiful.
Wow. That's amazing, the creativity, and you see how fluid an athlete Tatum is.
Bembry the pass to Carter. Williams with the block. And here we go again. The Celtics in transition. Up the court they go. Pass to Wanamaker. He kicks it to Williams. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
You know, still a raw talent, but Williams does have a reliable inside game that continues to get better.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Carter, the pass to Bembry. Out to the right wing. The Hawks again can't hit. And here's Boston. They've scored 10 straight, and so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Kevin Huerter, he is checked in for Atlanta. The Celtics also changing it up. Daniel Tice is checked in for Williams, and Gordon Hayward is subbed in for Tatum. 2 minutes. Smart deciding where to go with it. A three-pointer off the mark. The Hawks trailing. Here's Huerter. Another shot, and it's good on the way in. Huerter's got his second basket of the night.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by Boston.
And Wanamaker gets it to go. Guys sometimes don't make it big when they first get on the scene. Late bloomers that have caught your eye right now in the league. Guys that have really picked up their game.
How about D'Angelo Russell?
Good one,
Let's talk about getting traded, having to move at a young age. That really could be devastating for some players. So for him to have the skill set and the mental frame of mind to fight over that, I love it. And how about Julius Randle? I mean, I didn't see it coming. I knew he was a beast, but he's a beast.
You mean he's a beast?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Huerter. He's coming off a 10-point game against New York.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Wanamaker the pass to Tice. Back to Wanamaker. Detman with the block. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. And then for Boston, Enes Kanter's checked in for Williams. Brown comes in for Smart. And it's Kemba Walker in for Brad Wanamaker. Here's Hayward. And he makes that one. Hayward's got his first points in this one.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. It's stolen by Tice. And Hayward with a clear path to the hoop. And Hayward with the stuff.
Look at him turn on the Jets. I mean, Hayward is adept at finding the right spot in transition.
Young for three. Kept alive by Atlanta. Capella goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Enes Kanter.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, GA, he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
Yeah, Kevin, second chance opportunity so big in this instance. Yeah, they have to feel fortunate that they could extend that play.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey folks, Kent. The game plan did not work out for Boston in the first quarter. Abysmal shooting from the field. Miss after miss. That's all for now.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. The Hawks trail by 4.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
Young and Huerter make up the backcourt. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Lloyd Pierce. The feed to Tatum. The kick out to Brown. Shoots it. The Celtics keep it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Young's running.
And the effortless
flawless shooting motion. Young's three-point jumper is just poetry in motion and has it on automatic.
But they'll get another chance. Tatum passes to Hayward. From deep, Walker. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got rebound number 8 now on the night. You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Walker against Young. Capella kicks to Collins. Goes back up. The shake. And it's blocked. Right side to Walker. Pass to Tice. Back to Walker. It's tipped. Young with the steal. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
Atlanta making a switch here. Bembry's checked in. Then for the Celtics, Williams comes in for Tatum. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Gordon Hayward. Shot clock at 3. Here's Walker. Off the left rim and up. Atlanta's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Hunter no good. The Celtics have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Williams passes to Tice. And stolen by Hunter. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, well, the Hawks said they were going to be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. D.A., thank you as always. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. From deep, Collins. Rebound, Boston. There's 1:54 left in the third quarter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And after signing a 4-year, $52 million contract extension, Marcus Smart rewarded the Celtics, Chris, with the best season of his young career.
His best shooting percentage by far. I mean, add in his continued progress as a playmaker. Don't forget he's the man on the defensive end. I think that's money well spent for Boston.
And Kanter throws it down.
And surprisingly, a firm throwdown. And that's a little bit out of character, Kevin.
It is, Greg. You're right. He's got plenty of size to attack the basket, but rarely does.
Yeah, fellas, he usually prefers the finesse finish, but I'm glad to see him put a little muscle into this one.
And here is a group of young guys that know how to play some tough D in the paint. Here are the leading rookie shot blockers in the second half of the season. The 4th spot held by Cam Reddish.
I tell you, he's picked a lot of opponents' tendencies as the year has gone on and has put that knowledge to work defensively.
Brown feeling it out a bit. Tipped away. It's stolen by Reddish. Shoots over Brown. The shot by Reddish, no good.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. Just trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
Here's Teague. They get the rebound. Capella. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Capella's got the game tied up here for Atlanta.
Yeah, Kevin, I love the high activity Capella brings. Someone that really brings it on the offensive glass.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And the Celtics making a change here. Hayward's checked in. For Boston, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Right wing. Collins against Williams. A 3-ball. Collins, good. Collins has got 5 points so far.
You can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Brown wide open. He fires. Boston, no good that time either. Outside Collins. In Atlanta again with the bucket.
Yeah, I'm surprised that D isn't respecting his mid-range game more. They ought to be. I bet you they will be soon.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Hawks lead by 2. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA's headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court right now for the Celtics. Tatum and Cantor together down low. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Hayward in at the small forward. And the Celtics rebounding well this summer. From the loss of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford, Kemba Walker possibly a better fit for this team.
And with their young core, understandable that they didn't want to extend Horford out to age 37. A revamped roster, but I think they remain a contender in the East.
Daniel Tice is checked in for the Celtics. And that one drops for him. And the Hawks lead by 2.
Solid there, just recognizing when to drive. When Young has some wiggle room, he sees it. And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, Greg, this is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
Dedmon finds Young. Off target with his 3.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Carter left side. Shot clock at 6. Reddish dishes to Young. Buries it from 3-point range.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Poke loose. And the turnover again by Boston. And a look now at the Boston Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. Then on Sunday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Back to Hayward. It's Brown on the wing. 3-pointer. Hayward can't hit. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Daniel Tice. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. So for the Hawks, Hunter's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Vince Carter. And there's the pass to Huerter. In the corner, it's Hunter. And it's Hunter with the jam.
And what I admire about Hunter is that opportunistic attitude. This kid just makes things happen.
It's Brown with the drive, and he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, boy. boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Atlanta making a switch here. Collins is checked in. Capella inside, defended by Tight. And that one, good.
Now this is where Capella is most effective, looking comfortable attacking once he's got established position.
Young with the steal. Fast break, the Hawks. And he's going up for the alley-oop. It's stolen by Brown. And now running up the court, Hayward's pushing it up. Over to the wing. There's Walker with the three.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he's just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And here's Brown outside. And Tatum stays with it.
Oh, with surprising leadership from a young player, Tatum remains focused in big moments.
And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Back to Young. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Kicks it out to Collins. 5 to shoot. Off target from three-point range.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide open three like that.
And it's Brown missing. Atlanta leading by 5. Collins with it. Now defended by Hayward. And Walker's got the ball here for Boston. Tatum drives in. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Well, amazing. So much talent for Tatum, but also that instinct.
And that one falls for Tatum.
Wrong guy to put on the line in the close game. You know he's not going to miss.
1:02 left to play in the final quarter. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens had to say to his team. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
The Hawks again can't hit.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
It drops.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
Herter passes to Capella. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Good! And you could feel the crowd react as one.
Guys, what a blast of energy that just sent through this entire building.
Good on the first, and that gives them the lead.
And every season, I mean, Hayward plays with so much confidence these days.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Yeah, free throws put them in an excellent position to win this thing now. It's all in the hands of the D.
The three. Misses the three. Misses the shot. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled.
Man, this year was so much fun, but it definitely came with some challenges. Thank goodness for 2K.
That's right. In fact, it's been an honor for us to share our time and our episodes with you, the fans, the community. And the big news is NBA 2K TV is returning for Season 7.
Yes, we're coming your way on September 4th. All new episodes of NBA 2K TV and NBA 2K21, where everything is game.
Oh, Canada.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
It's NBA basketball on 2K. And a chance. DA, it's all your...
Guys, Celtics coach Brad Stevens.
I love his honesty. All right, thank you, DA. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Brown and Hayward, they're the wings. Jason Tatum is out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Walker in at the point guard. And for Toronto, Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Anunoby in at the 3 spot. Down low. Kept alive, Tice. Here's Hayward. And that one comes up a bit short. Last game for the Celtics, it was a loss to Milwaukee. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line. Of course, we know these teams have great perimeter play, and they rely on it a lot.
It feels as though, Kevin, the current rules in today's game favor ball handling. They favor shooting ability. They want high-scoring games with an ability to go unimpeded to the basket. And what it translates to me, it translates to pretty free-flowing basketball. You've seen the game evolve over the years. Kevin, what's your take on it?
I love the way that we see guys with great handles that can shoot and penetrate. I love the bigs outside. I got to tell you, Doris, there's nothing about the game I don't like right now.
I'm right there with you.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now, here is Lowry. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Utah Jazz.
And he was aggressive in how he played on the defensive side of the floor, notching 3 steals on the game.
Here's Walker after Toronto at the three-pointer. Hayward outside. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Hayward's got 5.
Well, Gordon Hayward answering back with a big-time 3 of his own.
And taken away by Brown. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Here's Walker. That's tipped. Fast break Toronto. Here's Anunoby. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And you can't afford to lose Anunoby in transition. As soon as he has a step on you, it's over.
Last game for the Raptors, they picked up the W against the Jazz. Here's Lowry, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. The Celtics have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Hayward, it's tipped. Here's Van Vliet. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first.
And the move back to his more natural 5 position has rejuvenated Serge Ibaka. More room to operate offensively, and defensively he can stay in the paint where he's effective.
Here's Lowry, uses the glass to finish the layup. He has 5.
Well, if you give him a window of opportunity, Kyle Lowry will attack the basket. He's not going to pass up that chance, Kevin.
Raptors with the lead. And Ibaka's shooting ability, Doris, had enabled him to play some power forward, but his mobility was being tested.
Correct, because at Ibaka's size, it's tough to ask him to chase smaller guys around the perimeter. He is much better suited playing inside and protecting the rim. I think you saw that last season.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. And then for Boston, Smart's checked in for Hayward. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. Now here's Tatum after Jaylen Brown's miss. Back to Tatum. Tice kicks to Tatum. 4 on the shot clock. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Now here is Davis. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game, and that one is good. Boston trailing. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Celtics. Cantor comes in for Daniel Tice, and it's Williams in for Jaylen Brown. Here's Smart. Gasol trying to free himself up. And Smart the bucket on the assist by Cantor.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Gasol. No points in the game yet for him. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Well, we know this. Few big men in the history of the game have passed the ball as well as Marc Gasol.
Williams passes to Smart. Cantor trying to free himself up. The kick out to Tatum. 5 on the clock. Offensive rebound, Celtics. Pass to Wanamaker. Back to Williams. Tries yet again. That shot off the mark. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
Yeah, and they won that matchup last time, and it wasn't even close, guys.
Yeah, I thought that had to do with getting the starters in foul trouble and then taking advantage of the substitutes, and that led to a huge disparity on the scoreboard.
There's the pass to Tatum. Back to Williams. Got it up. And that one released in time, but no good. So at the end of one quarter of play, making his mark in Toronto, guard Kyle Lowry talked about the pine.
Vince Carter really changed the game of basketball in Canada. He created something.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Carter's exciting style of play, GA, really energized the whole country.
And playing basketball in a hockey town isn't easy, but Carter really helped get this city and country energized about the game of basketball.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Raptors. They've got Powell. He's out there with Davis. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Boucher in at the power forward position. So it's Boston now. They trail by 1. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Boy, Greg, neither team willing to give an inch and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch. Guys, how about the journey of the Raptors' Nick Nurse? So well traveled before taking the head job in Toronto. This guy has shown his worth. In his first season as a head coach in the NBA, it translates to a title. Absolutely incredible.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Hayward comes in for Jason Tatum, and it's Kemba Walker in for Brad Wanamaker. Now here's Hayward. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee.
He was also an excellent setup man as well. This guy was cutting the defense to shreds with incredible passing.
And Coach Nick Nurse paid some dues, Doris, before his turn as head coach of this Toronto team.
Well, think about it. Early in his career, he's a player coach in the British Basketball League. Then he goes and establishes a G League franchise in his home state of Iowa. Then to lead that team to a title in 2011, join another G League team for the Raptors and win a title in 2013. Really an incredible journey, guys.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto, last season Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. He has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. Fred VanVleet is checked in for the Raptors. The Celtics also changing it up. Daniel Tice comes in for Enes Kanter. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Smart.
There is nothing soft about Gordon Hayward at the cup. This guy's superb finishing that one.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now, here's Brown. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. Here, these defensive coaches in our meetings, Doris, talk about their players staying on a string, helping the help defenders in this league are important.
No doubt, and there are certain guys who are gifted defensively. Paul George, to me, was a Defensive Player of the Year category. Rudy Gobert, multi-time winner of the Defensive Player of the Year. Rudy is considered a great shot blocker, and no question that's the case. But it's because his defensive rotation is so good. Guys like Marcus Smart, the ones willing to give up their body, fly around the floor, be great anticipators. I mean, that impacts winning.
Aren't they fun to watch?
So fun.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Lowry against Walker. Lowry kicks to Anunoby. Back to Lowry. He dishes it to Ibaka. Raptors moving the ball around. VanVleet. They get it again. Siakam on the foul. Siakam's got the lead up to 5 now for the Raptors.
What I love is this guy gives you all-out effort every minute he's on the floor. Pascal Siakam getting second chance opportunity there.
Brown dishes to Williams. There's 45 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Walker finds Williams. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Here's Tice. Siakam pulls it in.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Ibaka, the pass to Anunoby. Kicks it out to Siakam. 20 seconds left here in the second. Lowry can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 5. And it's Walker penetrating. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Walker's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
The shot by Hayward, wide open, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that's it for the first half of action. Okay, David, much appreciated, and now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. They were able to squeeze ahead by... That's all for now. Say goodbye to the...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Gordon Hayward with another strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the 5 spot. Here's Hayward. Ibaka with some nice D.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Brown, good.
Well, this is a shot that Jaylen Brown must make consistently. Nice seeing him start to look confident stroking it from deep.
I think quickness has probably never been more important in the NBA, but you cannot overlook the value of strength. Think about a guy like Kyle Lowry. He's not the biggest, he's not the most explosive, but he's got strength and he's got that bulldog mentality.
Inside, and stolen by Hayward. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Hayward outside. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Pass to Walker, and there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Some changes for Toronto. Boucher is checked in. Davis is subbed in for Fred VanVleet. Then for the Celtics, Williams is checked in for Daniel Tice. Smart comes in for Jaylen Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. Outside, Davis. Boucher kicks to Davis. Lowry from outside. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Raptors lead by 6.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Oh, Kevin, don't you love how unselfish Marcus Smart is? Sees the open man, whips the pass over in just the right amount of space.
And Kyle Lowry is never shy about contact.
You're right, Kevin. Never shy on either end, offensively or defensively. Kyle Lowry will get into you. He is the tone setter with his physicality and his effort level.
It's Smart with the drive. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Do you ever notice the physicality? That's an aspect of Marcus Smart's game. He just powers through the defense. Sensational shooting.
Some changes for Toronto. Marcus Gasol is checked in for Ibaka. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Pascal Siakam. And it's Powell in for Kyle Lowry. And the Celtics also making a change. Enes Kanter's checked in for Gordon Hayward. Outside, Davis. There's Hollis Jefferson. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Smart kicks to Tatum. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Toronto, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Alden.
Well, Kevin, one of the reasons Toronto was able to win the NBA championship was the astronomical improvement from Pascal Siakam, who was recognized as the league's most improved player. It was the dream of Pascal's late father that he'd reach this level, and his determination to make that reality has brought him a long way from home. Kevin?
It has indeed, be a great story, and thank you.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
And Toronto making a change here. Siakam's checked in. Lost it. No good that time either.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Now here's Davis. He has 5. Good on the triple. And it's a 6-point Raptor lead.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
And Williams, here we go.
Looking now at the numbers for Powell. He's been on a tremendous roll since the All-Star break. Averaging about 23 points per, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. All around brilliance for him lately. And guys, he's really taken his play to another level.
Don't you get the sense, Greg, that the confidence is building game by game, and he's starting to put up the numbers that back it up?
Fred VanVleet is checked in for Davis.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
Nice shot by Smart.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Powell for 3. Toronto gets it back with a new 14. Here's Wanamaker, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
First trip to the line for him here.
And you talk about this market of Toronto, Doris, it's been slept on for a long time.
No doubt, Greg, this is one of the biggest markets in North America. The Raptors are Canada's team, a country of over 37 million people. The Raptors ranked 4th last season in attendance.
And he gets the bucket. And that's 12 points for Siakam.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Back to Wanamaker. Lays it up off the glass. Wanamaker's got 6.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Powell for 3, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And we've reached the end of the third. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Boy, GA, how about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Norman Powell is out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Gasol in at the 5, down low. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Here's VanVleet. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Count that one from VanVleet. And the Raptors lead by 4.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball game.
Walker finds Tice. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Undrafted out of Wichita State, Fred VanVleet, never the most heralded player, Doris. You know, he says he bet on himself, and it's worked.
No doubt. Van Vliet's belief in himself gets him a 2-year, $18 million contract. But I think beyond that, this man, in the moments that mattered most in the playoffs, proved that Fred VanVleet will deliver.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Baca comes in for Pascal Siakam, and it's Lowry in for Powell. Now here's VanVleet. Rebound by Williams. Right side to Walker. Hayward outside. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Just 4 to shoot. And a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. They lead by 1 and taken away by Brown. Here's Tice. Good on the shot.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Raptors shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. Outside Lowry to the middle. Gasol kicks to Ibaka. Taken away by Williams. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Hayward leading the charge. And Brown throws it down hard.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, Greg. Keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
Here's Anunoby. VanVleet passes to Lowry. To the wing on the left. 6 to shoot. And the Raptors miss again. Celtics leading by 3. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
And Williams, here we go. Tice, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. They get Marc Gasol. First free throw is good. And Toronto making a change here. Siakam's checked in. Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Getting it done at the line as he usually does. And that could be huge in a tight game like this one.
Lowry. They get it back. Here's the Celtics with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Walker with it. Lowry picks him up. The Celtics working the ball around now. Tice with the ball. Ibaka on him. And Walker kicks to Tatum. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Tatum's got the lead up to 7 now for Boston.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
You know, a few more possessions like that one, and they can put the finishing touches on this game. They just have to have effective trips like that one.
Here's Anunoby. Siakam outside. Outside Ibaka. Over Tice. Ibaka, no luck. Boston leading by 7. It's Brown with the drive. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here. Had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
This is a dominant stretch. I am so impressed with how they've played together as a unit over this last stretch.
Celtics have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Celtics.
Their superior ball handling won it for them.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season. And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance. But in particular, a real good game it was for Gordon Hayward.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
The shot's good. Brown making the play. And the Celtics lead by 14.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Now, here's Siakam. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Anunoby, no good. Hayward goes in. Yep, that one goes in there.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
The NBA 2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K20. And first looks at what's coming up in my team for 2K21.
Moments away. Hi. Well, thank you, David. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Let's take a look at the Celtics. Right now, they're locked into third place in the conference, looking to get a high seed for the playoffs. And, of course, Philadelphia, 3 spots below.
And, you know, for Boston, they must have reached every goal they set for themselves this season. For them to be this high in the standings this late in the season, what an accomplishment.
And I know it took a long time for people around the league to trust their success, but I don't think there's anybody left out there who doesn't think they're for real at this point.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the center position. And for Philadelphia, the talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. Richardson and Harris filling out the wings. And it's Milton in at the point guard. Clark, toward the end of the season, some players hit a wall, others come alive. They can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but that energizes them. What can a guy do to keep improving till the season's end?
Well, I think it starts first with mindset, Kevin. Staying ready, which means you have to be diligent about staying in shape, getting your extra work in if you're not getting the reps in games. Stay even-keeled emotionally. You can't get too high or too low. Keep that professional perspective. I'm a pro. I'm doing what I've always dreamed of doing. I'm getting paid well to do it, and I'm going to focus on getting better each day.
Excellent perspective. Here's Milton. After Gordon Hayward's bucket, such a wide-open look.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
For Boston, they come into this one following a loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee. Tatum's shot is off.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
To the inside, passes to Milton. 76ers moving the ball around. Embiid drives in. Lots of room. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
You know, for a big guy, Joel Embiid's floor awareness is pretty impressive. He does a pretty good job of finding open guys.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you've got a big advantage.
Here's Milton. 14 points from him the last game against Detroit. The pass to Horford. Top of the key, Harris. Shot clock at 5. Back to Horford. Jacks up a 3. A rebound by the Celtics. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks. Tatum drives in. And Horford pulls it down. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game. Both teams will make substitutions.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They lead by 4.
Man, I love how strong Tatum goes to the rack. When you give him room to get up, he's banging that thing.
Richardson outside to the left wing. From the corner. Horford no luck. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
Here's Thibault. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Thibault, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's his first trip to the line.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
And, guys, it's something that he's going to have to work on more and more because he's still not getting the kind of shooting percentage he would like from the line.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Scotty's checked in for Horford. Korkmaz comes in for Harris. And Raul Neto subbed in for Richardson. Here's Scott. Marcus Smart picking up that last basket. The kick out to Scott. And it's Scott with the jam.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Here's Smart. 76ers getting the bucket. For the 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Smart's got 5 points so far.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Here's Thibault. Scott the pass to Embiid. Rebound by Williams. Boston leading by 10. Left side, Brown.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes a team. Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Here's Smart. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Celtics lead by 10. Live from Philadelphia.
Not knowing English, obviously I do.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid's.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
And so far through 1 quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And when you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what do you think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
They've got Robinson. Scott is out there with Embiid, and it's Korkmaz in at the 2 guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David.
Well, what's not to like about Joel Embiid? A physical specimen at over 7 feet tall, all the skill in the world, and a personality made for stardom. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Neto, the pass to Embiid. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Cantor. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Brown wide open. He fires. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists in the game. You talk about Embiid's personality, whether it's on the court or through social media. Greg, he's not shy speaking his mind.
One of the best trash talkers in the league. He doesn't hold back, but it's never personal. He's embracing the spirit of competition.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Al Horford is checked in for Joel Embiid. Tobias Harris comes in for Scott. Alec Burks checked in for Korkmaz. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Raul Neto. So Boston going with almost an entire new grouping. Daniel Tice is checked in for Enes Kanter. Tatum comes in for Williams. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Brown. And it's Kemba Walker in for Smart. Robinson against Hayward. Richardson kicks to Horford. Burks for 3. Another miss by Philadelphia.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
That's it, and the Celtic lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Tobias Harris. Clark, we're seeing a lot of shooters drawing contact. They have that art form down. They know exactly what to do and how to position their bodies, don't they?
Yeah, you really do, Kevin. And I don't know if anybody's any better than James Harden, in part because he's so skilled with the ball, but he's a really thick, strong, agile guard, which makes him hard to defend without fouling him. And he's really developed that ability to seek contact in a legal manner. And I don't think anybody does it any better than him.
Launches it. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And over time, as his game has evolved, Harris has accepted a bigger, expanded role. Knows he has the green light.
And good that time.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now. On the
special edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
The NBA 2K21.
And the Hawks with a confident look as they go into the and with last season. And I feel, David, they're still in great position. I know you do too. Thanks for that report. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the back. And it's Capella in at the 5 spot. And for the Celtics, Brown and Hayward, they're the wing. Jason Tatum is out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Walker in at the 1 spot. We've got a terrific front court matchup tonight. Chris, you were the prototypical 4 when you played. Who was the toughest power forward you had to defend?
Okay, I'm going to give you the same answer I always have. When I was in the West Coast, any given week, this is who I had to guard in a week's time. Tim Duncan, Garnett, Nowitzki, Rasheed Wallace, Robert Horry, it's Karl Malone. That was all in the West Coast, and I think I played in the golden era of power forwards, and so I would just say put all their names in the hat, pick one out, and that's who was the toughest, because it was like that every night.
Hall of Famers, including yourself. Hayward finds Brown. Offline with his 3. Here's the Hawks with the ball. And here's Young from the arc, and Tatum pulls it down.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, that's a good defender making a great play, and he does it without fouling.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. It's Brown on the wing. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game.
You gotta love how Brown finishes strong, driving fast and hard to the cup for the rim rocking Jazam.
Walker against Young, and stolen by Hayward. And here comes Walker, leading the fast break. Hayward looking over the floor. It's deflected. Oh, and here we go with Collins. Nobody back. And then Collins slams it in.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Brown dishes to Tatum. Outside, Walker. He kicks it to Hayward. 6 on the shot clock. Steps back and shoots. Atlanta with the rebound. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Well, to me, Clint Capella is a classic center. I mean, I love his hands. Great footwork. I mean, he takes what is given to him. He plays inside, protects the rim. And if you throw it up, he'll finish it with authority.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And the defense has to be aware of this. When you don't put a body on him, you pay the consequences.
Here's Herter. He's coming off a 10-point game against New York. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. He'll have a jump ball. And with Capella, that finishing and rebounding are key to his game.
Yeah, and he's only going to keep getting better, Kevin, which is a scary prospect for every other center in the NBA.
And Boston has possession. It's Brown with the drive.
It seems to improve his shot blocking every year. I mean, Capella is outstanding at using his length to swat away shots.
It's good on the putback.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And Walker's got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Clint Capella.
And what you love about Tatum is that scoring gene, but with efficiency, both from the field and the line.
Moves on moves. That's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural
isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Enes Kanter's checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Gordon Hayward. Smart's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. Williams gets the bucket. 59 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Teague. Right side Tatum. Here's Smart. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Carter drives in. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
The Celtics with the lead. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first. For Boston, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. First free throw is good. Good on both.
And with all their rangy wing defenders, the Celtics are well suited for the modern game.
Oh, yeah, they make it tough for opponents to get clean looks on the perimeter, GA, with their defense. I mean, it's a strong defensive team also because of the competitors that they possess.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Passes it to Teague. Shot clock at 5. From the arc. And Tatum pulls it down. Here's Williams. And it's Williams throwing it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Oh, Kevin, the coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy buckets like this, GA.
And so it's the Boston Celtics with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal.
Our relationship started when I was...
And I'm sure, Greg, that relationship played a big role in Hayward deciding to join the Boston Celtics.
And not just a connection, but a respect. Hayward now a veteran in this league, while Stevens has moved into the conversation for one of the better young coaches in our league.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. What do you guys think about the Celtics here in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Boston. Enes Kanter is out there with Williams. Then it's Marcus Smart. Then it's Tatum. And it's Wanamaker in at the point. It's stolen by T. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Fernando. And he slams it one-handed.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Oh, you're right, and I love the opportunistic approach. These kinds of hustle plays can be game changers.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
It's deflected.
The long arm of the law. Tatum prohibiting that shot from ever having a chance.
Williams kicks to Kanter. Here's Wanamaker, and the layup's good off the glass. Wanamaker's got the lead up to 6 now for the Celtics.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Now, here's Dedmon. He's covered by Kanter. Rest at that free throw line. There's a lot of chirping, isn't there, among the players around the lane. It just seems like their mouths are always moving. A lot of chirping.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, for the ones that aren't sucking there and aren't tired, they're talking to each other. It's the only real break in action. And there's times, too, you get to see what has happened a few of the plays before, so you get to bust the guy up with some jokes or just flat out talking trash. And sometimes guys are saying, I hate to tell you, but sometimes guys are going, man, listen, I'm so tired. He's gonna make this free throw. Don't push me too hard. I gotta give this for a couple seconds.
They say that, huh?
Oh yeah. Especially to the guys. I remember saying that to Ben Wallace one time. He was my rookie, and I was like, listen, man, you know Legs is gonna make this free throw, man. Come on, don't push me all the way on the basket. You'd have a good
What was the response?
He pushed me into the basket.
Pass to Wanamaker. Celtics passing it around. 5 to shoot. From deep. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Tatum.
And one thing that has been very consistent for him the last few years, his ability to continue to deliver more and more offense. He's been doing everything that's been asked of him.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Tatum. And it's Kemba Walker in for Brad Wanamaker. And then for Atlanta, Collins checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Hunter comes in for DeAndre Bembry. And Trae Young subbed in for T. Here's Walker. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Walker's got the lead back up to 6 now for the Celtics.
Oh, what incredible precision. Brown cutting the D to pieces with his pass.
Young against Walker. In the corner, it's Hunter. From deep three-point range, Young's shot is off.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Oh, trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
Collins, good.
Oh, they've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
Williams. That shot off, and Atlanta will go the other way with it. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
Body agility, rare, considering Brown's size. That's why he's always been such an intriguing prospect.
Collins in the post. He's against Cantor, and finished off by Collins.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Smart kicks to Cantor. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Oh, nice look there from Smart, finding the open man.
The Hawks trail by 4. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And that one is stuffed right through.
Such incredible hops for a center. Look, it allows him to hold his own against any other 5 in the league.
Brown, good.
They have ridden him today, and it has paid off in a big way.
Walker against Young. And the wide open shot from Reddish. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
And I love Smart pressing his advantage.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Out in front of the half is Boston. They hold a 4-point lead. Kenny. And that's going to do it for...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Checking out the group for Lloyd Pierce to start the second half. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the 5.
How about the quick feet of Walker that really come into play on his drives to the rack?
Out of Wake Forest, John Collins quickly emerging as a top-notch scorer. A tremendous finisher, and his range extends out beyond the arc. Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
And players with big numbers on losing teams can be accused of empty stats. So, Greg, do you take Collins's with a grain of salt?
You look at his field goal percentage,
high 50s. He's not just a high usage player. He is highly efficient.
And Boston with the rebound.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Tatum, the shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Young with the ball. And the points coming for him in big bunches. His average stands at just about 29.5 points a game.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
Tice passes to Hayward. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And Capella sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella. Williams, he's checked in for Tatum. Carter, he's checked in for Atlanta. Teague comes in for Young. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Hayward. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jumper.
Count that bucket. Now just a 2-point Celtic lead.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Tice finds Hayward. Here's Williams. Connects on the 9-footer. Williams has got 6.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Now here's Teague. T right on him. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Daniel Tice. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Boston. Marcus Smart's checked in for Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. Bembry's checked in for Atlanta. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks. And a quick look at how Atlanta's schedule shaping up. On Saturday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Monday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for that Thunder game, you know they're going to be amped up for that one. And they'll need to be. That's going to be one tough game for that group.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Kevin Huerter.
And when you get as much speed going to the rim as Teague does, sometimes momentum just carries you in to a slam like that one.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. Throws down the alley-oop slam. There's always at least one joker on every roster. Who was the funniest guy, Chris, you ever played alongside?
Oh, man. By far, it's Jay Will. Jay Will, White Chalker. He was the funniest before the game, after the game, during the game. He would, you know, it'd be a bad call by a ref or something. He'd say something to the ref would laugh and pat him on the butt. I mean, he was, he's a funny guy. He's somewhere right now telling jokes, having somebody laugh and fall out on the floor. It was just his personality. A hard worker, but he definitely was the joker on the court.
Here's Bembry, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Break in the action means we can check out the best defensive teams in the league this season. Here are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. The Celtics second.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
And that'll be 2 free throws. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
Bembry kicks to Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
Greg, this game has come to life. They're out there battling now. We didn't see this in the first half.
Williams with the ball. Dedmon's there. Here's Smart. No one on him, and he makes the easy one. Smart's got the game tied up here for Boston.
You know, coming into the NBA, there was a question about Marcus's jump shot, but you knew he'd improve that.
Carter finds Capella. Fires the three. Not going to go that time. From past the arc. And Smart the bucket on the assist by Williams. And now a three-point Celtic lead.
Showing his range. Smart spacing the floor.
And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. Celtics lead by 3. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Walker and Smart, the guards. Hayward at small forward, with Tatum at the 4. And it's Williams at center. That's the Boston 5. 11 feet away, it'll go. The Boston lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Young.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. And Carter picks one up.
The strength of Hayward muscling through contact, refusing to give in.
Some changes for Boston. Daniel Tice comes in for Williams. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Marcus Smart. Then for the Hawks, Hunter comes in for Carter. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Reddish.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor. It's been like this all night for both teams, the offenses having their way.
Yeah, but defensively, neither side has been able to adjust, and that's reflected in the score.
Young in the corner, launches it. They get it back. Hunter. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Hunter's got his first bucket in this one. Here's Brown. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket. You know, Greg, defense forgiven for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now, finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passing. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
Now Brown. Inside. It's tipped. It's stolen by Capella. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
Young for 3. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Once he turned it on, he became a force in this game. Not sure what this guy was in the first half.
And it's Brown missing. The Hawks trail by 3. To the paint and stolen by Tatum. Hayward on the wing. And for Tice, he gets it there. Good on the baseline, Jay.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
From about 16, here's Capella. Got a hand on it. Walker finds Tatum. There's the pass to Brown. Lets it go from deep. And Tatum with the basket on the assist by Brown. Tatum's got the lead up to 8 now for Boston.
It's amazing. Scouts were worried that Tatum would be a streaky spot-up shooter, but you see the perfect form.
Pass to Huerter. And the layup is good.
Oh, you get it inside like this, you're going to get a high percentage shot almost every time.
It's Brown with the drive, and Brown throws it down hard.
He can go inside, he can shoot it, he can dominate on the fast break. And tonight, Brown is doing well.
And here's Young from the arc. It's rebounded by Tice. Tice has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Nice ball movement by Boston. Out to Hayward. It's stolen by Capella. Herter passes to Young. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Young's got 9 points here in the second half. Brown outside. Pass it to Walker. Tatum on the wing. The kick out to Walker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Young with the steal. And now Young running the floor all by himself.
Game tightening up, no problem. Put the ball in Young's hand and let the young fella go to work.
Right side to Walker. Outside Tatum. Good work defensively by Capella.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
A putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Back to Brown. Hayward outside. 6 to shoot. Brown kicks to Hayward. And so they foul intentionally. There's Walker with the 3. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like...
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test game for each one. In the NBA 2K21 demo, you can also hit.
The buzz is building from the sports-crazed town of Boston. Good Friday night to you sports fans. Hey, Dave. Well, David Eve's come a long way. Thank you. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Powell.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Fred VanVleet out there with Lowry, and it's Anunoby in at the 3 slot. And for the Celtics, Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the center. Conference rivals in this one, Doris. A regular season game that will likely have that postseason feel.
And we are the beneficiaries of what could be a playoff preview. You never know, obviously, how things are going to shake out in terms of seeding. What we know unequivocally are these 2 rivals are prepared to play in what we would consider not just any regular season game, perhaps a little more on the line than you might expect.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Lowry against Walker. Lowry passes to VanVleet. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. For Boston, they've gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Great open look there. 6 points for Jaylen Brown.
Well, this is a shot that Jaylen Brown must make consistently. Nice seeing him start to look confident, stroking it from deep.
Left side, Ibaka. From 13, and he nails the jumper.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
And so just over a minute and a half played. They double-team Walker. Tatum kicks to Brown. From deep.
How about the defense of Pascal Siakam? This guy likes making it tough on the offensive player.
They get the rebound. Passes it to Anunoby. From deep. The Raptors rebound.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Shot clock at 3. From deep 3-point range, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's VanVleet. Off target from 3-point range. Boston's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And only 6 feet tall in shoes. Fred VanVleet's not the biggest, but his toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball is the path to something better.
Siakam misses. And so it's Hayward with it. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Stolen by VanVleet. They push it up 4 on 3. Siakam against Brown from the baseline. That shot off the mark. Now Boston takes it the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks. And he banks in the layup. Brown's got 8 points.
Well, this is what they love seeing from Jaylen Brown, the aggressiveness down near the cup. This guy's attitude, tremendous.
Lowry for 3. A rebound by the Celtics. Brown outside. He kicks it to Tatum. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Guys, you talk about players coming in and with a huge impact. Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Rare do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum. Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Cantor checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Gordon Hayward. Marcus Smart's checked in for Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. Here's Wanamaker, guarded by Powell. Just 5 to shoot. And there's the bucket from Tatum.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Smart against Powell. Pass to Gasol. Outside, Davis. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Yes, that goes in.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. His last outing, he had 8 points. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Gasol passes to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Gasol. He sinks the 11-footer.
Well, that's about court awareness. Hollis Jefferson playing very well within the confines of this offense.
Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to...
Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for the Boston Celtics. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display.
I like to do all those little things running up and down.
And Ibaka, Greg, a great complimentary player.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. What do you guys think about the Celtics here in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Boston, we've got Williams, also Tatum out there. Marcus Smart is out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Wanamaker in at the point. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
In the city of Boston, 12 championships since 2000, 6 in football, 4 in baseball, and 1 apiece in hockey and basketball.
Greg, you'd have to say Boston has become the sports capital of the country. The fans are knowledgeable, they're passionate, and they are justifiably proud.
Celtics have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And so he hits both. Doris, if I were to ask you right now in the league, who has the most unstoppable shot, who would you tell me?
You know what's interesting, Kevin, is I wonder if in the long view of history, James Harden's step-back 3 will become sort of an identifiable shot with him, the way the sky hook was with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Right? Like, you wonder, does that become a signature play for James? It certainly is something that's darn near impossible to stop right now.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, a Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole. Kevin, that's what made him. From Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Cantor. Brown comes in for Jason Tatum. And it's Kemba Walker in for Brad Wanamaker. The pass to Gasol. Ibaka right side. Raptors moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. Anunoby, good. Anunoby's got 5 points so far.
This is where OG Anunoby is going to grow. That offensive game will expand to the mid-range.
Brown kicks to Smart. Back to Brown. And the dunk by Brown.
Well, how about the leaping ability of Jaylen Brown? Soars high for the rim-rocking slam. Go to work, young man.
Lowry drives in. Pass to Anunoby. To the middle. Hayward with some nice D.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, the 3rd pick back in 2016. Doris, tantalizing strength and athleticism.
Well, the absolute definition of a perfect basketball body. Excellent first step. For him, it's all about aggressiveness. Bringing those tools to bear in terms of your basketball skill.
Boston making a switch here. Tice is checked in, and the Raptors also making a change. Siakam's checked in. Hayward can hit.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Lowry passes to Ibaka. Siakam outside. Passes it to Van Vliet. Toronto needs to get off his shot. From deep. And the shot will not go from Anunoby.
And after nailing a three-pointer in the first quarter, he has yet to connect here in the second.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Raptors trail by 13. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to Van Vliet. Three-pointer. And it's blocked by Brown.
Wow, twice on the pipe. Jaylen Brown with a message for the offense. Nice.
Outside Williams. Walker goes in. Shot clock at 6. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for Toronto. Down by 15. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
I think there was no question they brought a level of physicality along with a tremendous work ethic, and it was why they were successful.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. 2 points. That one goes.
Well, you love how Ibaka goes right up with the shot. Doesn't hesitate for a second off the catch.
Brown feeling it out a bit. Outside Williams. Gets it off. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Denzel. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, a tremendous game we're seeing from Jaylen Brown. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 3. That's all for now. Say goodbye.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Lowry out there with Fred Van Vliet. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Van Vliet. Knocked away. Now the Raptors moving it up. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's
tell you, he's not afraid to take hits on the way to the free throw line. Kyle Lowry will manufacture points any way he has to.
You know, you think about the most important players in Toronto Raptors history. Vince Carter probably number one. DeMar DeRozan would be on that list. But boy, Kyle Lowry has got to be there as well. Remarkable how far they've come since he joined the team back in 2012.
Offensive rebound. Boston leading by 10. Tice finds Hayward. And here is Tatum. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Siakam.
How about the confidence from this young gun? Jason Tatum's length is tough to deal with inside, guys.
Williams, he's checked in for the Celtics. Brad Wanamaker comes in for Walker.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Now the pass to Van Vliet. Shoots it, and the jumper is good. Van Vliet's got 4 this quarter. And the Raptors and Lowry both grew together, Doris, wouldn't you say?
A marriage made in heaven. Kyle Lowry has always played with a huge chip on his shoulder. He still carries that edge, but that maturity and leadership turned into a championship in Toronto. Doesn't get better than that.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
You know, this is the very definition of feeling it. Jaylen Brown taking smart shots and playing perfectly within the team schemes.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. So it's the Celtics now. Celtics leading by 14. Knocked loose and stolen by Kyle Lowry. Pulls up. Count that one from Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got 6 points.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Williams dishes to Tatum. And Wanamaker has it in the corner. Poked away.
And you know, he just got a little ahead of himself on that one. How does a great finisher not dunk that ball? I still can't figure that one
The
out.
Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
Tatum passes to Williams. The kick out to Tatum. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams.
Listen, turnovers happen. You've got to move on to the next play.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Enes Kanter comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Smart subbed in for Jaylen Brown. That's it, and the Celtic lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Lowry. Smart finds Tatum. Back to Smart. The kick out to Tatum. There's the triple. Kanter, great positioning on the putback. And the Celtics lead by 10.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Shoots. Rebounded by the Celtics. They led by as many as 18 points.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Smart on the wing. Just 4 to shoot.
What I love about Marcus Smart is every single trip up the floor, this guy is going to be in your grill, and it cannot be a pleasant experience to have this man guarding you.
Boston making some changes. Daniel Tice is checked in for Williams, and Walker subbed in for Brad Wanamaker. Then for the Raptors, Norman Powell comes in for Fred Van Vliet. Davis is subbed in for Kyle Lowry, and Davis puts it in.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half, more effort as well, and their offense starting to show signs of life.
Walker against Davis. And Kanter throws it down.
Well, this is Enes Kanter's comfort zone. At the rack in a hurry.
Davis with it. Now guarded by Tatum. Bounce pass Davis. Boucher kicks to Davis. This one for three. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. Outside, Walker. Tatum deciding where to go with it. 20 feet out. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Boston. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are...
Now, as we add stops
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Walker and Smart, the guards. Enes Kanter is out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Tatum in at the three, the small forward. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Here's Walker. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people who were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the basement.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Out left to the wing. Back to Kanter. Lets it go with the three. Outside, Smart. From outside the arc. He's off on that one. And Toronto will come the other way. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the first of two straight at home. Davis finds Powell. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And a look now at the Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. Then on Sunday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls.
And for that game against the Knicks, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
But they get it back. Gasol kicks to Powell. Here's Hollis Jefferson, guarded by Smart. It's stolen by Tice. And Smart with a clear path to the hoop. Finished off the break. And the Celtics lead by 18.
Now that's about amazing quickness. How about Marcus Smart's ability to beat everybody up the floor with that burst?
Here's Powell. And Kanter pulls it down.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over.
Stolen by Smart. Walker the pass to Tice. Here's Smart. Lays it up off the glass.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, Greg, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
And here is Powell. Back to Davis. Shot clock at 5. Will it go? And he knocks down the jumper. Celtics leading by 18. Here's Smart. The quick look, no good that time.
Terrific closeout there to challenge the three.
It may be the hardest thing to do in basketball. Close under control, and he's more than up to the task.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, one thing there's no question about is that Norman Powell is a gifted athlete. Now it's about rounding out that game, particularly his shooting.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Boston. Jaylen Brown comes in for Smart. Then for the Raptors, Serge Ibaka. He's checked in for Gasol. OG Anunoby comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Davis. Here's Anunoby. And a miss there on the triple. Boston's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Down low. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Powell with the bounce pass. A three. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Celtics.
They made more foul shots, and that was the difference.
That was a big advantage. The other team was defending with their hands instead of moving their feet, and they handed them a lot of easy points at the line.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Jaylen Brown.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
Nice ball movement by Boston. The three from Tatum. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. And the Celtics lead by 19. Lowry passes to Siakam. Count the basket.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Outside Lowry. Launches a three. Good on the three-point shot.
Well, there is absolutely no doubt that Kyle Lowry can shoot with range. He can make you pay from out there.
Pass to Tice. And here's Tatum for three. Misses there. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
wait to get started in NBA 2K21 demo, get my players started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything to say about it, unfortunately. So that's a low blow.
So I'm going with the Celtics.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. He's done a terrific job. Thanks, David. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Cancer.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Look at the 76ers starting group. A big forward pair. Harris the 3 and Horford the 4. Then there's Richardson. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Milton in at the point guard. And for Boston, Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Tice in at the 5 down low. And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended. Was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
Walker surveying the floor. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Tice kicks to Tatum. Back to Tice. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Good read from Tatum that time. Saw the defense had overcommitted and then made them pay with the sweet dime. Well done.
Milton the pass to Horford. And a dunk by Horford.
Outstanding execution. Good job working the ball inside.
Brown against Richardson. Here's Brown. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. 5 on the clock. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Clark, some of those lottery-bound teams now giving more minutes to their younger players, developing them, looking into the future, which means more veterans, unfortunately, will have to sit and watch.
And, you know, I always say this, and it's much easier said than done, but you're a professional, whether you're in the rotation, a young player or an old player, you have to approach it in a professional manner. And that means accepting the good with the bad, the sweet with the bitter, and that takes a maturity level. And, you know, when the trade deadline is behind you, you only can control what you can control, and that's what veterans should be about.
And hopefully the coach communicates the ideas behind the move, too.
I like that, but there's no obligation to do so.
Right. And they'll keep possession. Tries again. No good on the shot.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling, and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
For 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
Yeah, and last time out, they sort of shot themselves in the foot with the foul trouble. That was what led to them having such an ugly scoreline.
And Greg, the foul trouble was a big chunk of it. I mean, it's hard to mount a comeback when all your key guys, your main players, are watching from the bench.
Here's Brown after the made shot from Joel Embiid.
Boy, Brown not just a super athlete, folks, but he's got excellent skills as well. A tremendous floor general.
Richardson against Brown. Richardson kicks to Harris. And there's the pass to Horford. Back to Harris. And there's the feed to Horford. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. Now with this break in the action, let's see which players have had the hot hand lately. Here are the top scorers in the past month. Second is Jason Tatum.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
Brown feeling out a bit. Back to Walker. Pass to Tice. And it's Boston with another.
Terrific awareness that time from Walker. Nice job getting his open teammates the rock.
Horford in the post. Basket, good. Horford's got 6. 1:02 left in the first. Brown kicks to Hayward. Fires for 3. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. An even 3-on-3 break. Richardson the pass to Embiid. Brown against Richardson. Here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
It's dangerous now letting Embiid get this deep. You're asking to get posterized with the throwdown.
Hayward finds Tice. There's Walker with the 3. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Left side Harris. The tray. And Boston with the rebound. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks. Walker's shot is off.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Here's Neto. 11-point game, his last outing. Pass to Embiid. Shoots over Cantor. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Tie game. Al Horford provided some insight on why he decided to stop.
What put me over the...
Playing for a historic franchise, Greg, they've got, of course, the great fan support, great history. Something Horford relishes.
A great choice. A team with depth and youth. They have a chance to be good for a long time.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
Williams is out there with Jason Tatum. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's Smart. And it's Wanamaker in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Here's Smart after the Sixers pick up 2. 13 feet away. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Here's Korkmaz. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Embiid, the pass to Thibault. 76ers moving the ball around. Neto kicks to Korkmaz. Just 5 to shoot. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Embiid's shot is good.
This is where Embiid burns you the most. I mean, mainly because of his size and such a soft touch. You know, guys, it's crazy to think that Joel Embiid once considered quitting the game. I mean, his first practice at Kansas, a senior dunked on him so hard he went to the coach and said, maybe I should get out of this stuff. Luckily, the coach talked him down, and now we see one of the best in the league.
And some real adversity for Joel Embiid after leaving Kansas. Foot injuries costing him the first 2 years mark of his career. And then, back in Cameroon, the tragic passing of his beloved brother.
Yeah, that's a hard road to hoe, and adversity oftentimes, while painful, can steel us for the promised land or positive outcomes. And, you know, Embiid really driven by his goal to inspire others in Africa to make a better life, and that drove him to be where he is now.
Smart deciding where to go with it. Pass to Williams. Back to Smart. In the corner. Tatum with it. Oh, and the jam by Tatum.
An athletic forward who dunks it with style, Kevin. Showing off his dunking ability right there.
The 76ers leading by 3. Thibault, the pass to Embiid. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Embiid's got 8 points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
That one falls.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Burks, the pass to Scott. Now here's Burks. He's guarded closely. Scott finds Burks to the left wing. Here's Thibault, guarded by Smart. And that one's good. Thibault.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. Now here's Tatum. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And we got to talk about his 4 steals on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Boston. Harris is checked in for Philadelphia. And the pass to Robinson. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Wanamaker. Burks covering. Here's Hayward. Another shot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there. Just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Robert Williams, he's checked in for Williams. Brown comes in for Marcus Smart. And it's Kemba Walker in for Brad Wanamaker. It's Williams with the drive. Brown wide open. He fires. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
Neto, the pass to Horford. The dish to Harris. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The Celtics making a switch here. Tice is checked in.
Tell you what, fellas, I mean, an outstanding stretch for Harris has been awesome at adding pieces to his game over time, specifically that 3-point shot.
Brown finds Hayward. Korkmaz grabs the miss. Neto, the pass to Harris. Back to Neto. Lets the 3 fly. And it's blocked by Brown. And a close game.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sport. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. They were unable to ever build a big... And that'll...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Joel Embiid with a strong contribution in this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Kicking off the second half, here's Brett Brown's foul. The talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. Richardson and Harris filling out the wings. And it's Milton in at the point guard position. Horford, good. A lot of different ways, Clark, to construct a roster. What would be your preference as a general manager? The direction you might want to go?
Well, obviously, if you have an opportunity to get an outstanding franchise-type point guard or versatile wing player in today's game, I think those are the pieces that you really need to start with.
Because there's so much spacing and so much switching on defense.
Exactly, and I failed to mention a two-way player at that wing spot who can defend multiple positions but also has a pretty strong offensive skill set.
And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
And checking out the stats for Walker. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's right around 17 points a night, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. Even though his numbers have been more than solid, I think he'll want to step his game up to another level.
Yeah, and you know, on paper, those numbers are terrific. Most players would be thrilled with those numbers, but as good as they are, I know this guy expects more of himself.
And stolen by Tatum. One-on-one fast break. Hayward against Horford. That's a two-pointer from Walker, and he overshot that one, missing.
Starting slow in this half, 0 for 3 so far.
And taken away by Brown. Walker goes in, and he uses the glass on the layup. Walker's got 7.
Boy, this little fella, Kemba Walker, is a treat to watch, especially when he takes it all the way to the cup. He's got explosive speed and finishes with ease on the drive.
And finished off by Brown.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Some changes for Boston. Williams comes in for Tatum, and Marcus Smart is subbed in for Gordon Hayward. Burks, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Now here's Walker. He has 7.
Boy, supported by great vertical explosiveness, Embiid continues to dominate as a rim protector.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And there's been some turnover in the Philly front office, but through it all, some bold moves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, guys. First, the process, and we heard a lot about that as they were stockpiling draft picks and losing a lot of games. It was maybe the most drastic rebuild in NBA history, at least as I can recall. Then new leadership in Elton Brand, who's done an outstanding job, pushing all their chips into the middle to go for it. Great credit to him for not sitting back. In both cases, a plan and a direction, and that's what you want from your organization.
The 76ers again can't hit it. Williams with the ball, picked up by Harris. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Richardson.
Well, I like the fact that the energy that Brown plays with makes him a guy that does a good job getting to the line.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Korkmaz, he's checked in for Glenn Robinson III. And Raul Neto subbed in for Richardson. Pass to Neto. Philadelphia moving the ball around. And a dunk by Horford.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
For Boston, they have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
And some of what Smart gives this team doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but he makes plays that help you win.
Here's Korkmaz. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Thibault. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Here's Wanamaker. Boston, no good that time either. The 76ers leading by 6. Harris, right side. Horford kicks to Korkmaz. Clock at 6. From deep, Neto. Williams with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Enes Kanter's checked in for Williams. Here's Korkmaz. Rebound, Boston. There's 47 seconds left in the third. It's Smart with the drive. The kick out to Brown. Jacks up a 3. The offensive rebound. And Kanter able to finish.
Way to work the glass. Buffet style. Second chance bucket. They can make a big difference.
Inside, Horford. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
And finished off by Brown.
Hey, I don't think there's any excuse for allowing Brown to get that deep. I mean, he's brilliant at throwing it down if the defense doesn't stop it.
Now here is Harris. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Tries from 10. Horford, good. Horford's got 14 points.
Well, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the board because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
From deep three-point range, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Walker and Smart, the guards. Williams is out there with Enes Kanter, and it's Hayward in at the 3. That's the Boston 5.
You make your teammates better by giving them good passes. That one was perfect.
Stolen by Kanter. Hayward goes in. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Hayward's got his first points of the game.
And as a wing player, Hayward's just so good at attacking the basket. I think that's a big part of what makes him special. Doesn't take much of an opening for Hayward to make his move.
Here's Horford, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Enes Kanter.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Daniel Tice is checked in for Enes Kanter, and it's Tatum in for Robert Williams.
An elite distributor for a big man. Horford is the kind of guy you want to play basketball with.
Back to Walker. Outside Tatum. Right side to Walker. Tatum on the wing. 6 to shoot, and stolen by Horford. And now Philadelphia on the break, and B leading the charge. Pass to Milton. Horford against Tatum. And foul on the and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Brad Stevens went over with his guys during the break. He told them you can do a lot of great things out there and still lose if you don't take care of the boards. I want to see more effort. Gang rebounding, everyone involved. That was his only focus. Kevin?
Now, here's Richardson. Passes it to Thibault. To the inside. Here's Embiid. It's tipped. Up top, Walker. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Smart.
For a guy who's still working on his range, love to see Smart attacking on the interior.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. The pass to Thibault. It's up a 3. Horford's shot is good. Horford's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Smart passes to Tice. Richardson against Smart, and stolen by Horford. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Jason Tatum. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
Jaylen Brown's checked in for the Celtics, and Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Pass to Embiid. Kicks it out to Richardson. Three-pointer nailed from three-point land. Richardson's got the lead up to 10 now for Philadelphia. Here's Walker. Makes it off the glass.
You know, even though Walker is just 6'1", he may not be that tall, folks. He is a creative scorer in a hard matchup. Great at making the defense pay inside.
Here's Milton to the paint. It's rebounded by Tice.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Tatum. He dishes it to Walker. Pass to Tice. Celtics passing it around. Here's Tatum. Off the left rim and out. It's tipped. The 76ers leading by 8. Horford with it. Picked up by Brown. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense. And the technical free throw is good.
I tell you, Joel Embiid possesses remarkable talent. I mean, this big guy is graceful and strong. He's a real matchup problem for everybody.
Harris is checked in for the 76ers. There's the three. They get it back, and it's Horford with the extra effort. And the 76ers lead by 11.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exit.
And good that time.
And Brown is just so physically imposing. I mean, especially inside where he usually gets whatever he wants.
Richardson the pass to Horford. To the middle. Deflects the pass. Passes to Milton. Back to Horford. Richardson against Brown. Back to Horford. Over Tatum. That's good from Horford on the assist by Richardson.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
From deep. Off target with that shot. So it's the 76ers winning this one. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.